get his name on some other bills, just because you have to have so many trade lines, even in addition to a credit.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys all are kicking butt, staying positive. Obviously, we know the market's a little bit in turmoil right now. Make sure you guys are all mentally taking care of yourself, physically taking care of yourself. We're going to get into the presentation in a minute or two. People are still joining left and right, which is awesome. If anybody has any questions or thoughts in the next couple of minutes, feel free to take yourself off mute. Happy to get any questions answered. Roger that, Holmes. What's up, my brother? Everything good?
Everything is good, man. So I went through that cookbook yesterday, and there's some great ideas in there. I know it's geared towards realtors, but I'm going to there's a few I can actually implement. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Yeah. So thanks again for the cookbook.
Anytime, my friend. Look, it's one of those things that it's only as good as the person reading it and executing on it. I can give you all the tips and tricks in the world. If you don't, execute on it or be consistent or give it time, it's not really as valuable, right? It's cool, but it's not really valuable unless you utilize it.
Yep, exactly.
Anybody else have any questions or thoughts? We're going to get started literally in 30 seconds. So if anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to get them out before this presentation. This is going to be a quick one. It's going to hit home, and you guys should definitely invite your real estate agents, realtor, referral partners, and you guys should take this directly into your marketplace. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. So, one of the main strategies that I implemented early on back in 2007, 2008 was the FHA seller concession. FHA mortgages allowed people to put a 3.5% down payment. And as long as I've been doing this business, I've heard that FHA loans are no good. It's just because the dinosaurs that still run our industry for the most part from the 1980s and 90s were kind of jaded. They were having bad experiences with lenders. Back in the day, all FHA loans took like 6 months to close. It was just a nightmare. We've literally closed FHA loans in 7 business days. We most recently closed an FHA loan in Florida in 9 calendar days. Start to finish. It was a purchase, brand new appraisal and everything. So don't have bad thoughts about FHA. FHA are and is going to carry this market moving forward. So without further ado, here's our presentation. It's called the FHA strategy. Again, take this to your real estate agents, take this to yourself, take this to your clients, help them position themselves to get the home that they actually want. So in just a few weeks, as we all can probably agree, the market has shifted from we are not considering any FHA offers to just submit any offer, right? Homes have been sitting on the market a little bit longer, less offers have been coming in. The word on the street is if there were 20 offers before, now there are 7 offers, which means that 65% of the buyer pool or market has no longer been interested in putting offers on the properties. I think it's also part of the market cycle. It's cyclical. It's June. People are tired. Stock market dropped, crypto dropped, and people are just sitting on the sidelines or going out to enjoy their summers. So it's going to rebound very quickly. Homeownership and real estate will always be a desired asset class and goal for many people. First things first. First tip, if you're an FHA client or have an FHA client, is days on market. So anytime a house is listed, it starts ticking how many days on the market. The longer the days on market, the more likely you are to get what you're looking for. Next, check for price drops, price improvements, and the new words are price enhancements. Again, if I'm selling a property, the last thing I want to have my realtor tell me is the price improvement or price enhancement took place, because that means I'm losing money. But it's a creative way real estate agents, I guess, are positioning themselves to attract more people to buy a property. Next, Price changes usually show a seriousness and or willingness to sell and negotiate. If somebody's coming down in price, it means that they're very interested in selling the property. If prices stay at the point of which they've been listed at, that means that they have no true interest or motivation to sell in most cases, and are not going to be realistic. I need you guys to write this all down. If you're watching this, if it's live, if it's recorded, doesn't matter. You need to sell payment and tell down payment. What that means is, if you have a $500,000 home, you tell the client what the mortgage payment is. Hey, if you're buying this $500,000 home, your mortgage payment's $2,816 per month. Obviously, you have to add in PMI, taxes, and insurance. I didn't estimate or guesstimate because those are all variable, as you all know. So you tell your client, hey, payment's going to be X, and your down payment is going to be Y. 500,000 times 3.5% down payment, 17,500. Hey, Mr. Client, are you good with $17,500 down payment and a $2,816 a month mortgage payment? If so, great. You should look into buying this property. Now, what comes next? There's more. The good old seller concession is getting back in the market. Haven't seen it on many deals for quite some time. Usually we see concessions after home inspections and appraisals, yada, yada, yada. Don't get caught up in that trap. Go in and lead with the seller concession. So a seller concession is when a seller takes less price for profit and gives the buyer money to cover their closing costs. Let's look at a real example. The max seller concession on an FHA mortgage is 6% of the purchase price. So if someone's selling a $500,000 house, realistically, legally, the seller can give them $30,000 to pay all their closing costs. Let's read that again. The max seller concession is 6%. Take the purchase price, multiply it by 6%, and that's how much the seller can contribute to pay the buyer's closing costs. Unless you're in New York City, your closing costs should never come anywhere close to $30,000, right? However, if you are in New York City, you could use all seller concession to pay all your closing costs, discount points, appraisal fees, and everything else. Use this seller concession, more importantly right now, to pay points and buy down your client's interest rate. If you pay points, the clients get a full tax deduction on the interest rate buy down. You can go from selling a 5.75 or 6% rate FHA, have them pay 2 or 3 points, and get them a 5% or 5.25% or whatever it is. If you utilize and use the full seller concession, you will be able to get your client anywhere from 0.5 to 1% lower than the market rate without using their own money, with using the seller's money inside of the purchase price. This should resonate with everybody. Your ears should be ringing like you're in the casino and you just hit the jackpot. Every single client wants to know how they get a lower rate without using their own money. Well, this is the way to do that. Your FHA offer, when submitting it, needs to be buttoned up and properly submitted. Here is how the offer should look. Offer amount broken down to total price, seller concession, down payment, loan amount, bank statements, estimated closing date. All right. DU approval. When you submit an FHA offer, attach the DU approval. The DU approval is the government approval. That is just as good, if not better than, a commitment letter because it tells you exactly what's needed to close a deal. Okay. So when you submit an FHA offer, make sure the DU approval is attached. And then once you have the DU approval, you can close that loan in a very short amount of time frame. Here's how it is broken down. Hey, I'm offering $500,000. Hey, I need a $10,000 concession. That means the seller is now going to net $490,000. However, your down payment still remains 3.5%. Your loan amount's $482,500. The DU approval backs up. Obviously, your full written offer. Your bank statements and your 401k statements also back up the following. Be sure to include your lender contact information. If you are a lender, make sure your business card, your letterhead, a handwritten letter, an email is included inside of your offer package, letting your clients know you've done all the due diligence and you are ready and properly prepared to close this deal in a short time frame. Real estate agents, start getting your lenders to calculate the FHA proposed mortgage payments on all of your listings. You need to start advertising this home as own this home for $3,000 a month with as little as 3.5% down payment. If you sell the payment and you tell the down payment, you're opening up another buyer pool for people that think that they can't get their offer accepted with less than 20% down. That is not true. You need to educate the market with the two biggest facts. People buy homes based on how much money they need in order to get into the home and what their monthly payment is. That's it. Make sure you Google search FHA county loan limits. Every county in America has a different loan limit. Just Google FHA county loan limits, and these will tell you exactly the maximum FHA loan limit allowed in that county. Obviously, credit, debt ratios, housing ratios, and other factors apply to obtaining an FHA mortgage. However, they're very lenient. They're not very strict. It's very, very consumer friendly. FHA loans, keep in mind, are only for 1 to 4 family primary residences and condos if they're approved, and are not only for first-time home buyers. Can't tell you how many people say, oh, I thought FHA loans were only for first-time home buyers. No, wrong, inaccurate. You just have to live in the property. The property has to be your primary residence. This could be your 100th home purchase. As long as you're living in it, you can get an FHA mortgage. That's today's presentation. I hope you guys all enjoyed the quick hitters, the fun facts. If you want to go back and revisit it, as you know, this will become available on YouTube. I'm going to open this up now for everybody to start asking any questions you may have. And I hope you guys are able to implement this along with your business model. And hopefully you'll be able to utilize this to help get real estate agents in your market, have their listings get sold, and help the sellers actually get their properties marketed to buyers that have invested interest in seeing deals go through. So go ahead, take yourselves off mute. If anybody has any questions, let's get some questions rocking and rolling. Anybody, nobody, somebody? Roger that.
Hey man, just want to say that was great. I took a bunch of notes, but I'm gonna re-review this. I've been seeing as I'm connecting more with more realtors on Facebook and IG, I've been seeing the seller concessions make a comeback. Even on some of the listings I subscribe to on Zillow, I've been seeing like the price adjustments, price enhancements, and things like that. So that that's a really good key indicator, right? So thanks for calling that out to say, hey, this could be a great property to implement this strategy on for the price.
100%. I would take it even further. Like you could literally, within 5 minutes of where your office is, drive around and see what properties are listed for sale, right?
Yeah.
Take a picture of the property, go back to your office, Google the FHA county loan limit, and then go to the seller with exactly this strategy here, right?
Yeah.
Or even go to the real estate agent and say, hey, I've worked up all the numbers for you. Closing costs are going to be about $10,000. You're asking $400,000. Let's start marketing this home as $400,000 where seller pays all closing costs. And I guarantee you the phone's going to ring. I 100% guarantee you. And you do that on every single listing inside of your backyard. It's free. It's giving you market knowledge, and you're bringing them strategy. And if somebody's not going to give you business because of that, then you don't want to do business with them anyway. If they don't appreciate this trillion-dollar strategy to stay in business and to help their sellers still get top dollar, ain't gonna make it, my friend.
And it also plays on my online moniker of being a mortgage strategist, right? So here I am coming to you, realtor, with strategy because it's what I do, right? Okay. I'm gonna do some implementation this week, man. Thank you for the free game, sir, as always.
That's what I'm here for. Here, just make sure next time I see you, I want you to have popcorn. I feel like I need to see you eating popcorn when we're doing these things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
Anybody else have any questions, thoughts, comments? I'm sure there are comments and thoughts.
I do have a question. When is this going to be up on YouTube? So I need to re-review this.
Probably try and have it up today.
All right.
What I've learned is I just want to go on a little side note tangent real quick, right? So for you that don't know, do know, obviously I'm involved in a lot of other active businesses. I run for my own companies, you name it. It's a headache, right? And one thing I can't stress enough is, right? Like dealing with people that keep their word and honor their word. I paid somebody last week, literally 8 days ago in advance to have 5 projects done to me by Friday. And then they text me on Monday asking me questions that I already very clearly outlined for them, right? And the problem is, in today's world, nobody's managing anybody, right? And nobody's doing their job. No one's accountable, and people are just shutting people up. And I hate that. So if you're watching this video, make sure you guys are all keeping your word, whether it's to clients, whether it's to real estate agents, whether it's to attorneys, whether it's to your kids, your wife, your spouse, your partner, anybody. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, please just stick to it. Nothing drives me more crazy than somebody that gives me their word and then says, I'm a man of my word, and then doesn't honor their word on little things. It could be as little as like, hey, I'm going to call you at 5 o'clock, all the way to like, all right, I'm going to complete the $10,000 work that you paid me for by Friday. Like, just honor that. And I'm going to stress that enough. If you guys are going to use this FHA strategy, keep your word and honor your word that you're going to do it, because you owe it to yourself to do it. So now that my rant's over, anybody else have any questions or thoughts? It's a great strategy to become with real and be able to build really building 100%. Guys, and all I tell everybody, everything I tell you guys, I do myself, right? I'm not asking you guys to do anything that I A, haven't done already in my career, or B, still don't do in my career. I might not do it to the magnitude that I tell you to do it because I have other projects and other more important things going on, right? But like, this works. If you take this concept, the FHA strategy, I promise you, it's June 22nd. I 100% promise you, if you guys take this and go out in your market today, I guarantee you get a client today. Not only do I guarantee you get a client today, you'll probably have a deal in contract by June. So if you have no deals in your pipeline right now, go get it. Tanya, listed homes in my backyard are all 1.5 million plus. Oh, I'm gonna have to go across the highway to work this one. Yes, true. Go where you are needed. You guys got to remember also, right? Every single market has had FHA county loan limits raised, right? This is also great strategy for refinances, right? Like, you might have somebody that saw their house go from $500,000 to $1 million, and now they have a ton of debt. Well, use the same strategy for FHA to cash out, refinance, the debt consolidate as well. Maybe next week we'll go over that. But as of today, the main game right now is helping listings get sold, helping real estate agents see your value, and the FHA strategy 100% will bring you value and will bring you business. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, theories? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, guys.
Hey, Jeff, what about the mortgage insurance, right? FHA loans have the mortgage insurance, but that's more for the buyer, correct?
FHA mortgage insurance is for the buyer, but just go check this out, right? You know, FHA has upfront mortgage insurance and monthly PMI. They have that for the life of the loan. However, if you're able to get a seller concession, right, you could actually have the seller, rather than financing the PMI technically into the loan, right, you actually have the seller use the seller concession to pay the upfront PMI. So if someone's like, oh, I don't want to pay upfront PMI. Okay, well, use the seller concession rather than paying points. Use the seller concession to pay your upfront PMI. Use your seller concession to allocate 3 points to getting a sub 5% interest rate. Again, I don't know what rates are doing today. You got to price your rates out. I'm just giving you an example. But if you go to your client and give them this strategy, A, they're going to be loyal to you. B, the listing agent is going to love it. It's just absolutely a no-brainer. And if you guys don't know about FHA loans, do your homework on them. If your bank doesn't do FHA loans, you're at the wrong bank, because FHA loans are going to be the only type of loans that keep banks in business, as I said, for the next 6 to 18 months. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? We got some new people on here today, which I love seeing, obviously. I know I posted the link last minute, but any other thoughts before we hop off this call? Like I said, today was a quick hitter. I want you guys to get out there and implement this today. I don't want any excuses. You get out there today, you'll get a lead today. You get out there today, you'll have a contract by the end of the month, 100% guaranteed. This was awesome. How often do you all do this? 12 noon Eastern time, every Wednesday. Same Zoom link now. So guys, the same Zoom link you used today, I made everyone's life easier because I'm done trial and erroring. It'll be the same Zoom link, recurring every week, 12 noon. If I have to cancel last minute, I'll let you guys know. If you guys are not on the email list, please email zoom@noon@gmail.com, zoom@noon@gmail.com, and just request to be put on the email list so I can blast you out the recording, blast you out the updates, blast you out any other venting or strategy I have that I seem to think will be valuable for you. Any other questions, anybody? 30 seconds we'll give. Anybody? No, we're all set. All right, guys, use the strategy, get out there, implement it. And if you get feedback, I want you to text me or email me or DM me or PM me or call me. I want you guys to give me feedback on how this works for you. Other than that, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.